work that short stuff, let Mike come across, work the short stuff. We might go $1.02, you know.
What if they run out of that?
That's what we're saying. We're gonna keep this 6-man
Box.
front pretty intact. We might cheat Mike a little, not a great deal, but we would put him in a position where if he read, and he's looking back in here, by the way, if he read run, or run block, whatever, we know he's shuffling down, he's gonna spill the counter. We want him to spill it to all these guys. If they block that and they came down, he's gonna take it on underneath, and the next guy, if the next one come under, we're gonna get under that one. And now but we feel like we've still got people to rally to the ball, you know. If they run trap, like if we're in cheat, that free technique, that guard comes off inside and he starts closing. First, we teach them, you look inside, if that guard trapping you, we wanna be under it. It would look like this. If they were trapping, block back, trying to get inside, however they're gonna do it, we're attacking, he gets off inside, immediately we're looking at that pull and we're gonna get under it. Mike knows, he's reading that guard, if that guy come inside, he knows that he's closing, so he's gonna work out, it's still just that old gap exchange. And now we want that, because we've split, we want that fullback to bounce. If they wanna try to go block Mike, he's gonna hit, and now he's closing. If he tries to block down, he's squeezing and closing, So we want it to bounce out to our athletic people, the guys that can run. And that's where we play everything.
Coach, and the empty check here, is your will, is he gonna gator that?
He could, yeah, same rule, same thing. If this was in the middle of the field and they were so wide out there, and he felt like he was at a disadvantage, that he couldn't be of a lot of help, then we would gator him. We put him out, and again, it's the same old, same reads, same deal. It's
So you can't play cheat and gator. You have to, okay.
we would, for one thing, probably in the middle of the field, unless they came out in a 2-back set, we're just not gonna be in cheat. We're just not set up for it. That's why if it's a spread team, and that's what they've shown all week, then if they're in the middle of the field, we're probably just calling check anyway. And we know that if they come out in a spread formation, then he's lining us up in strong.
What if that weak side slot is like a tight slot? Do you
Right
treat
here.
that like quarters then?
Okay, yeah, we can.
Or-
If it was in here like this,
Yeah.
we wouldn't, he's gonna be like this. More than likely, we're gonna make a 4, we're gonna be checking 4. So he's gonna click and bail, he's gonna step up, if he comes vertical or deep inside, he's gonna take him. If he breaks out, he knows Will is running to the out, and he's gonna turn and rob one. But one thing, we always wanna have 2 people outside in everything, no matter what it is. And that comes back to the old option days, when everybody run option. you know, and someone just run speed option, down the line option, you better, whatever your alignment is, you better have somebody take quarterback and somebody take pitch. And so with that thinking, even though not that many people run option, like that, but you still are sound with that kind of thinking.
We played a team this year that was really unique. Maya Murrah out of Gallup, it's a new high school. We played them in the
Yeah,
quarterfinals.
we played them that first year we were at school,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
but they weren't very good.
Yeah, they
They didn't have a lot of real good athletes, but they played good. They played sound, they played, I remember.
they're a pretty well coached team, and this year they were really big up front, and they
Yeah.
had a quarterback that was just a really good athlete. They had a
Yeah.
running back, and they had a couple of good slot receivers. Well, they'd get an empty, and they'd run fly series, and it just gave us a whole lot of fits. And what we did, it worked okay, but
What is it when you, are you talking about, like,
so they'd sometimes bunch empty,
Uh-huh,
sometimes
right.
they do a bunch of different
Right,
things with
yeah.
empty. But they'd be here and then they would fly one of these guys
oh, okay,
across.
yeah, yeah,
They pass out of it, they give the fly, they run quarterback counter, they do a lot of different stuff with it. Our best answer, we tried to think of a whole bunch of things, and eventually we just said, okay, we're gonna man it and we're bumping.
right.
And we just bumped it, and it worked well for us. We were better than them up front,
Right.
and it worked okay for us.
If
But
that
what
was
do
the
you
case
do?
with this, I mean, if he flies across, all they're going is from 3 to one side to 3 to the other side. So right now, if that was happening, and let's say we had called, cover 4, right now immediately he's saying 2, 2, 2, 2. He's fixing to be up there in cover 2. Will knows that he's gotta get ready. He may widen, and if depending on where we're at, you know, as long as he knows he can get back there, it's not a real big threat to that gap, but he's gonna widen out a little bit so he can still work to wall off, that route. So this guy.
But now they're snapping it
Right, they're snapping it right here.
right there, yeah.
And he's either handing it or running something. So, but that's gonna be our.
So you're gonna have the will widen, just
A little, now, if that's all they ever did, we're probably gonna stay quarters. We could stay cover 4. And the minute that thing happened, he's working and he's gonna work to it. You know, these guys are gonna come off, however they wanna block this thing, you know, so we would play it that way. Now, if they're doing that and then play action off of it, and we're worried about that guy, if we're quarters, and this guy's better than him, we're probably gonna be cover 2. So that means he's gotta take him on, and then he's gotta be the force, to that fly series, and he would be the deep guy.
yeah. That was the scary. Is they were pretty effective giving the fly,
Right.
and it was weird. Their linemen, I don't know. I mean, they probably did coach their guy. Their linemen wouldn't reach on the fly. They would just kind of fire straight ahead.
Really?
So it gave the front box guys kind of a false key on what they were doing, and they'd always seem to get 4 or 5 on the fly series out on the outside.
Speaking of the fly, this is how we would adjust, let's say, they came out and 2 by 2. Let's say we're strong. And let's say we didn't, I mean, it doesn't matter whether we gate or not, that doesn't matter. And let's say this guy, you know, a lot of them like to fly this guy across and either he's gonna give or fake and then give that guy or what, you know, all that stuff. If that started happening, this is our adjustment. When that thing started, he's going here, he's coming here, he's back. That would be that now, and he's hollering, when he's coming back, he's hollering 4, 4, 4, 4. He's patting his head, telling him, so he's gonna click and bail. if it were passed, he's gonna rob one, but we felt like we had a really, really good opportunity, because we're putting somebody up there in a hurry. And we're probably gonna be calling cut two. We're gonna roll him up, it would end up looking like this. He would be here, free safety's here, we've called cut, that corner's gonna, we're cutting him out of the equation. Now, he's gonna take him on, just like cover two, he's gonna be deep. Our bandit has come back, probably playing cover four over here, but, we feel like we're really solid there, he's clicking the bail, if this guy comes up to block, then we're gonna take him on outside so we can escape outside. After he backpedaled, he knows that there is no pass threat, then he's gonna come up in a position where he can come off of that block.
So all those guys would switch just off
Yeah, I
that
mean,
one guy
it's gonna
doing
be
fly.
boom, yeah. Now, if it was the other way, let's say it was, we had it, like this. Let's put him here. And we're strength over here. And like I said, we never roll strong, because we're already have more people over there.
Mm-hmm.
When they start this fly, fly sweep, one of several things as far as what we might do, if they're hurting us with this thing, and we're gonna kind of try to get away from him, and we're gonna play quarters. He's gonna click and bail, he's gonna be here, if this guy goes to block him, he's already creeping up. If this guy were to block him, now he's the guy that's gonna play it. Over here, when he's gone, we're gonna play cover four again. If it were passed, then he's gonna turn and rob one, corners clicking, bailing, he comes off, he's gonna be that type, if it were passed. If it were run, then he's working that cutback deal, it comes back to, diamond on the ball again. If that were the case, he's coming there, he would be the force, he's clicking bail, he'd be the spill guy, cut back, save six guy, We never did get, the fly sweep just never did hurt him. Cause when, just what you said when that one guy moved, three guys went, well, people say, hey, well, let's see if we can move it. Well, if they do it this way, nobody moved, there wasn't any change. Other than maybe if we thought Bandit could escape inside, or sometimes this is what we'd do with it. When that was happening and we saw it fly, we'd come right up in his face. And if we thought he was more physical than that guy, and we're gonna get right in his face and push, throw, get off, come off, and same thing now that corner, that free safety is gonna put himself in a position of a two-way go. If that guy stayed with him and blocked him, then he's gonna come off and make a play. If that guy stayed with him and blocked him out, now he's in a position to come off inside.
What if they ran fly to a tight inside, just one tight end?
Okay. With like a pro?
Yeah.
All right. And, let's just getting strong, doesn't matter. All right. Now, if he flies, we're gonna, by the way, just about nearly every time we got a tight end with a wide receiver, like a pro, we were gonna play cover four. Cause I wanted that safety to force and not this corner that's out there so wide. So we're gonna be in 4, he's clicking, bailing, he's creeping up, he sees the fly. We know, we've already called, we could have called 2, but when that fly goes, he's probably checking 4, because that would be our normal thing if there's only 1 receiver. We want those safeties in a position to play run. So he's gonna be there, he realizes it's run, so he's the inside out, the cutback guy, he's the force guy, he's gonna take this guy on, you know, I don't know how they handled that one, you know.
Yeah, well, just the back lead now.
Yeah, so they could do that. If the back lead out, then we're gonna run that Raider, you know, pretty hard. He's gonna take him on, keep his leverage, you know, takes him on. Are they zoning, you think?
Well, what we do, because we start doing fly series and our run totals start to go up a lot
Right.
because of we pull.
Go.
Yeah, we pull the other
right.
way.
If he pulled that way, then Mike's probably gonna be running right there. But anyway, so that, you know, false, but this guy, when he sees that, he's
turning
gonna
his
check
Robert
run
Dixon.
first, but if as he reads that fly and he sees that back out there, he's going, he's running. So we're gonna take that, he's gonna try to pick him up and we're gonna have to lock out and get off blocks, you know, and leverage. We don't wanna be hooked, we don't wanna be, you know, let them gain an advantage on us,
Now, let's say they fly the other way to the side that you already checked 2 in.
okay? All right, so if they fly this way, so they're taking this guy and flying across. All right, because they're doing that, we're fixing to roll it up. We're coming there, and we're gonna just back off the bandit just a little bit. Well, no, I'll take that back, we're not, because our corner now replaces. So it would end up looking like this. It'd end up with a corner, our Raider's gonna come up, we're probably gonna be calling cut 2, and because he's gone, the corner's got that tight end man-to-man, and we feel like we've got a hard edge. In fact, we wanted them to run fly that way, to the weak side.
Mhm.
And if they run it the other side, we think they're running it into our best player.
Now, what about tight end trips? Just that tight end trip
Okay.
set.
That's the other formation that I think is the toughest there is to defend. And this was an automatic. I mean, if we had called strong and they come out in a tight end plus two wide receivers, then that was an automatic check to cheat. And more than likely, we were gonna play, you know, robber with it, depending on what they do, and we were gonna play cover 2. We're gonna rob that tight end right there real quick. We're gonna play that stud in nearly a head-up position, but he's still a C-gap player. He's still in that position, but, and our bandit is keying. If that tight end came off and blocked him, he's feeling right now, you know, in a hurry. If we're playing 2 robber, of course, he's deep and he's catching. So our force would come from out here like that. If we decided to play, if we were worried about that guy, then our check in the back end, our front was gonna be cheap, no matter what. What we didn't want to get in with strong is a 5 technique, and now this guy's off, and, you know, I just don't think that's any good. I mean, they've got you leveraged a lot. So we wanted something out there on that tight end, so that's why it was an automatic cheat. if we were worried about that guy, then we were probably gonna be playing quarters, and we're probably gonna move this guy a little bit wider right here. So we're gonna play dollar, click and bail. He's playing the inside quarter, he's gonna hit and sit there, play it. He's gonna, if it's pass, he's opening up to number 3. If we're gonna play cover 2, of course, he catching and doing that. If we were playing cover 4 on that side, and he's gonna click and bail, and he would be the underneath player on that route. And then Will would have the back.
Is your, in dollar, is your corner still showing the same base thing you always
Yeah,
shows?
We wanted to make it look like cover 2 every snap. Now, these guys, because we told this corner he was gonna click and bail, and because they're 2 receivers, we wanted him to click and bail between 1 and 2. We wanted him to get to the middle of that quarter. So that was a little different, and so sometimes these guys would give it away because they'd be wanting to get to that position before, but otherwise, it was gonna be the same. If, we weren't worried about that, I guarantee you, we were gonna be playing 2 robber. And that Raider was gonna be coming across to take the tight end. But that was a given. That was gonna happen, no matter what. That front was gonna be cheap. And, depending on who personnel and what was going on, that was gonna depend on what the, coverage was gonna be for that week, for that. If we went into it saying, well, let's rob it, and during the game, we're seeing that we just can't handle that guy back there, then we're gonna change. We'll say, okay, now, and I'd get these 2 guys and I'd say, all right, if they give us, for anything, for any 3 receivers set, we're not gonna play robber anymore, we're gonna play dollar, we're gonna go quarter, probably halves, on the backside. So that would just be a real quick little adjustment. And again, all the talking and all the communicating, we worked real hard on hand signals, we were on signaling cover 2, cover 4, we were cover 5, they were always hollering it and hand signal. And another thing, if this guy is hollering to him, what we're changing, especially if there's motion and we're changing something, he better be, if he's hollering, he better raise his hand, I got it. Or this guy, he's screaming his lungs out. And so that communication was gonna always be there, was gonna always happen back and forth. And so that was our way of, those up front guys, or those linebacker back type guys, even corners, if these safeties are calling something, then they were gonna raise their hand. They didn't have to look back. They just raised their hand and waved that signal. They got it. They knew.
You got it.
They got the call.
Would they actually say 2 and 4, or did they have code words for it?
No, as far as words,
Yeah.
well, we'd be hollering, dollar. Rio Rancho, we think, got our signal, so we started, cover 2, instead of saying 2, we were hooking on, we were giving Texas, we said Texas, if it was dollar, I think, that was our sign for dollar, money. And we started hollering, money, yeah, it was just a way to kind of change it up a little bit, but I don't know if it did anything or helped anything or whatever.
What stuff do you do inside the 20?
Probably, we're not gonna play cover 2. More than likely, we're gonna play either cover 4, or, we're gonna play, Dollar, and we worked real hard on those, safeties, especially the tighter we got to the goal line. You know, we kept telling those guys, we're not gonna line up 8 yards deep in the end zone, you know? So adjust yourself. We worked some man down there, but I don't, we worked probably more combo stuff. Combo meaning, you know, I'm gonna line up on this guy, and if he comes inside, that inside receiver gonna take him, and I'm gonna wait for that, you know, but, we did a little bit of man down there, but not a lot. Still tried to, just zone up right there as close as we could. Hopefully they didn't get that close, but for some reason that didn't always happen.
So cover 4, meaning the corner's gonna be outside on top,
Yeah. I don't know
or
if
dollar is gonna mean he's gonna bail to inside.
to the 3 receiver side, yeah.
Oh, so dollar's only at 3 receiver side.
To the 3 receiver side, that's the only time we would call that. If we were gonna play cover 4, let's say they were 2 by 2. And we were doing that because we weren't real concerned about their passing game, but we wanna play their run. So we're gonna play, we would play cover 4. And if we're playing cover 4, we're really gonna cheat him in. Doesn't matter what our front is. Again, they could
So you could do gator with 4.
gator, whatever. But the idea here is, and this is the coaching points, is now that corner is gonna click and bail, and but he doesn't wanna just run off from this guy. When he bails, he wants to keep him in a leverage position, outside, man to man. So if this guy started working across, he's clicking and bailing, he's gonna start working, I'm gonna stay outside and on top. Here's something we had to work real hard with. If, as he clicked and bailed, and this guy released here, then we had to really work to stay outside, because we wanted our eyes back in here, even though, that's probably an easy pass, and it is, but we still felt like we were better and could see better than we were if we were inside with no help, with nobody behind us. And our safeties rule was he's gonna creep up to that 8 yard, he's looking inside. If he reached past, then his eyes go back to 2. If 2 goes vertical or inside, then he's gonna pick him up, whichever one he went. Now, if he just starts screaming across that, one of those drive routes, then he's not gonna do that. If 2, breaks out, then he's creeped up, he's hollering to Bandit, out, Bandit's gonna run to it. Now he's gonna turn, and he's gonna be the undercover, he's gonna rob all inside routes. Curls, digs, posts, anything like that. You'd be amazed how many picks this gets. Because I don't know, they're just not expecting that guy to do that. And it was something, we worked hard at it. You know, we did drills where he got up and he has to, like I was telling Coach back there, well, he has to recognize the route and run the route. Now, if he broke out, if this guy released and broke out, he's outside and on top, we're not gonna go chase him. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna start looking for the next threat. So it was any inside cut by number 1, if number 2 ran out, or a quick cross, then we were gonna rob number 1. That was our quarters.
What if they both run posts?
If they
Because
both run,
the free safety's not gonna be able to help anymore with the,
no, you're right. If they post, he's outside and on top. If he posts, the free safety is, you know, he's worked. So they're both outside and on top, you know. That's where they can get you, you know.
No, but that's still, you're still in a pretty decent position.
But I'm just saying,
You're,
that's the idea behind the idea is, it kinda ends up being man, but you still have the potential of help, you know.
yeah, if two leaves.
These guys are gonna, he's gonna try to get a